Alright, okay, here's a video, not a tutorial video, but just a video of me going through making a tune using Ableton Live and some synthesizers, and I thought I'd show you the studio bit first. So we have over here, I suppose first and foremost, we've got the computer, which is running Ableton Live, okay? At the moment, it's just my voice coming through on that. Ableton Live, the computer has also got a sound card, which is that over there. And that sound card has got 16 inputs, which are fed from this mixer, which is a direction from all the synths and sound sources directly out into that there. So all I've got to plug in there. So it's a bit like a patch bay, but it's got the bonus of having some EQs on it as well. So 16 ins to that from synths and things. And then also 16 outputs into this sound card, which goes into Ableton Live. Various effects. I've got some distortions up there. I've got a pedal board down there I can use. I've also got synthesizers. So we've got an MS1. We've got an ASM Hydrosynth Explorer. We've got a little West Pest, which is like a West Coast synthesis machine, which has a wave folder rather than a filter. We've got the Pro VS Mini, which isn't switched on. By Behringer, which is quite new. I just got it as a bit of a stocking filler, really. At Christmas, Neutron Edge by Behringer. Two Acids synthesizers. We've got the Behringer TD3 and the TVO3, and a 909 copy, which is the RD9 for drums. Okay, controllers for controlling things within Ableton, but you know, I probably won't be using them too much, and I'll probably be speaking through that microphone there. Hopefully, sound all right. Okay, all right. So we've got an overhead view of the synthesizer I've just shown you on the intro video. I've also got a view, which I'll change now, of the Ableton screen, so you can see what I'm doing on Ableton. As you can see at the moment, we've got one voice channel, and also got a view where you can see what I'm doing as well. And I've decided to put it over the return tracks at the moment because they're not really used, so you can see what's going on at the bottom of the screen. So seeing everything at the moment, what I'm doing, apart from my head, which isn't a problem. So anyway, let's get on with it. So first thing I'm going to do is put some drums on. I always like to start with drums. So I'm going to go for the 909 copy, the RD9. So what we'll do is we'll put a Ableton external instrument device into a MIDI channel. If you just chuck it next to the voice, it makes a new one automatically. I'm going to make it silver, the same sort of colour as the instrument. I'm going to call it RD9 kick. So we've got an RD9 kick. So nothing there at the minute. As you can see, it says MIDI output, so we're going to change that MIDI to the RD9. It's on channel 1, which I think that's what it is. And at the moment, you can't see it, but I've got my kick drum going into channel 3 of the mixer, which goes into channel 3 of the audio interface. So audio interface, channel 3. And when I press the kick drum, it's trigger, you can hear it. Okay, so brilliant. Now you need to go in there, so put the 4-to-4 kick drum. So just find, I think it's C1. So find C1. Yep, it is loud. So turn that down. You don't want it too loud. See, a lot of people start on Ableton sets and they have everything right maxed out. You don't want to be doing that. You want it down in the bottom like that somewhere. And you can't, you know, people say, oh, Ableton Live's only got little faders. Look, they're only tiny little faders, but you don't use them like that. You drag this bit up like that and you've got full on, you know, easy to monitor faders. So I'm going to turn the kick drum down to about, oh, I don't know, 40% of its potential. Maybe longer than that, I don't know. That's about right. So put 4 of those in. And what you can do if you want is you can duplicate that and put one at the end of that one like that. Get a bit of variation. Duplicate it once more. Do one. Oh, thanks. Just that one there, move that one and duplicate the whole lot again. Put a little roll at the end of that one and then duplicate the whole lot again. And make that one even more. Do you know what I mean? So you get a bit of variation. So now you've got 17 bars, is it? No. Whatever, it's 64 anyway. There's quite a lot in it, so that gives us a bit of variation. That doesn't sound too bad. You could layer that if you wanted to, so I sometimes layer it with a hat or something like that. So let's try doing that a minute, just to sort of give you an idea what that can do. So I'm going to group that instrument. Okay, open up this bit here. And I'm going to search for a hat. Alright, so search for a hat. Find a nice hat. And this just gives you front transient, sort of like something to clip for it. So when someone's just on the phone, they can still hear it. That's a bit, with a lot of attack. But no, not much. A lot of attack, but not much sustain. That's it. Oh, what have I done? No, I didn't want to do that. Undo. So I'm going to drop that underneath that kick drum. It's a bit low, it's a bit... Might put a bit of crunch on it, maybe like... But you can hear that already. So it just gives the front end a bit more, you know, a bit more attack. So next thing I'm going to do is maybe put a bass line on, put the vocals on the right. That's my voice over there. So Control Shift T is your friend, because that means brings up a MIDI track. And I'm going to get another external instrument. Enable devices, I got that. Where is it? Take that off. External instrument. Put that in there. And we're going to find the West Pest. Now I know the West Pest is not. It's not got its own like. MIDI, so everything at the moment, the kick anyway at the moment coming from the audio line, just goes in for a USB, but you can't do that at the West Pest, so I've got to have a MIDI output from my sound card, which is the US 1608 MIDI, so we do that, and I know it's channel 11, and it's also on channel 11 for audio as well, I think. Let's have a look. Yeah, that's it there. So it's quite a plucky thing, but it's alright for bass because it's got that attack you get. So again, what we're going to do is layer this. You'll see in a minute. I'm going to make it yellow. Well, actually, no, I'll make it green. So I like to make my bass stuff green. So this one's going to be the West Pest, but we're going to layer it with something else. Okay, so what we're going to do is group that. I'm going to layer it with Ableton Live Operator, which is a really deep, subby sort of sound. So we'll put a which is quite high for the West Pest, so I'm going to select all and then shift down and then I'll I think that's where I want the West Pest. I might have to bring the pitch up of the operator, so let's have a listen. Yeah, you can't even hear the operator now, so what I'm going to do, I might even go lower than that, in fact. There you go, so that's what the West Pest is going to be doing. You can't hear the operator yet because the operator's this is wave folding instead of filter. So what it basically is a sine wave being wrapped around itself over and over and over and folded on itself, and it creates these harmonics. So it's just different to subtractive synthesis. It's more, I don't know if it's additive. Maybe it is. Anyway, it's got a kind of a filter on it. And a resonance. Delay. But plucky sounds what I like. Anyway, I'm going to layer that with this. We have got it layered with the operator, just can't hear it. So I'm going to put, find the operator, put a MIDI pitch thing on it. So let's find that MIDI effects pitch, drop that in front of the operator, and turn it up 2 octaves, which is 24. Hopefully if you've got good speakers you can hear that operator underneath giving it the bottom end. Right, okay, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to populate my returns. So that's underneath the image, so I'm going to take off my picture of me, the overhead a minute, so you can see what I'm doing. Right, so in the returns I'm going to put a delay, a reverb in the first one, delays in the next 2, different sorts of delays. And I always put spatial effects in returns because that's what you should do. It means everything can share the same reverb, so it sounds like it's all in the same space. And you always turn your returns up to 100%, so that when you just listen to just the kick, just the bass. So we've got a bit of reverb. That's not the best reverb. three. I like 3, 4 separate. So one's on 3, one's on 4. Again, do that 100% on the wet on that one as well. I might put another one. Do a second one. I'm going to put this in between those two, and I'm going to put another delay on bottom of 1. And that'll give us like the galloping sound, if you like, that sort of shit. Also do, if you want to be really nerdy about it, you can put a sidechain after your spatials with the kick. So go to Audio Effects Dynamics, I think it is now. Put a simple compressor in there, hit the sidechain, open it up to the kick, and pull that down like that, and copy that and put it on the other ones as well. And then it means that your delay tails aren't going to interfere with the kick. Bass itself, you could put a sidechain on that, but what I like to use is something called LFO tool. So going out with Ableton now into third-party effects, it's called LFO tool by, who is it by? Oh, I can't think who it's by now. Who's that by? I should say you should put your advert on your plugins, who you are. Anyway, it's by, I think it's Dimitri Santres. I don't know, I may be wrong. No, anyway, it doesn't matter. But it's, you can see what you can't see it. You can see what it is now. There you go. So it's just like a volume ramp. So you got. It's more evident if you did like a constant drone. Sorry, get down there in a minute. So this is just a drone now, but because of the LFO tool, it will go like. Tweak it so like, you know, the right shakes it is. So now we got that. You can not even. I might leave that one there. Actually, it's a different bass. It sounds different. Doesn't it? There, and it's good, isn't it? Well, there's a track coming together, isn't it? So what about some extra percussion? So I'll do insert MIDI track. I'll try to do that rather than doing a shortcut, so you can see what I'm doing. But I normally would go Control Shift T, and that inserts a new MIDI track. We'll make this one the same colour as the box again. I'm going to drop in. I've already got, in fact, you can do this as a good idea. Ableton devices. I've opened up external instrument. You can see I've already got all these in here. Look. So I can just literally save something. So if I wanted to save that RD9 kick, I could call that RD9 kick, and then save that in here. Yeah, I won't do that because I've already saved it. So what I'll do, I'll drop in the drums now, percussion. So that's percussion in that, going to channel 1, audio from 5, which is where it is on my interface and mixer. And in here we're going to find the hats. I'll turn it down first because it's going to be super loud. And he said effing loud then, so I changed it to super, in case anyone is offended by that kind of thing. Right, so there's the hi-hat going in there. ends up being a bit trancey. I mean, the reason being is I grew up in my rave days in Wiltshire around this local area, and it was basically hard house and hard acid trance, not sort of like wave your hands in the air stuff, but it was, you know, and not Psy either, really. It was just different. But anyway, so let's go. I'll do another variation on drum. I like to do loads of variations like quite quick in the game, so I like make that different colours. You can tell it's different, and add some ghost notes either side of that hat, and I'll hold Control Shift, and that'll drag it, so I can make copies without hitting copy. Just Control drag. So then another one's do another, so duplicate that, call it, make it that colour. Oh yeah, no, do this one on the, put it on the open hat. So this is a variation where the off hat is now an open hat. So you keep the grace notes, but you've got the open hat. And then what can we have next? House, I suppose. Duplicate. Make that the dark one. That gives you a bit of variation there. Right, you never put like the hi-hats like on the thing, you know. I just chuck them wherever I feel like. Did you see how I didn't even bother? I just threw them in. That one there. So there's some hats and some percussion. So you have a snare, let's have a look. So I'm going to go Control Shift T, another MIDI track, make that one grey as well. It's a bit confusing, but look, you know, it's clearly the same colour, so what are you going to do? You've got OCD like me. So I've just done again, I've just put in my pre-made RD9 snare external instrument, which goes to the right MIDI channel, right audio channel coming in. So now we've got a snare we can add to hit. So I'll put that down on the second one. So instead of putting it on the first one, I'll put it on the second one. I might duplicate that so that when I press, you'll see in a minute. I'm going to group these up in a second, and it'll all become clear. So there's exactly the same clip there, so it's going to be the same colour. And then this one I'm going to put a snare. Lippin' neck. Better turn that down. I do the same sort of thing on that, like duplicate it, vary it and stuff. So we've got that much at the minute, so we duplicate that. You can also make these on like random now with Ableton, which is quite good. So what I could do, if I don't want that to hit all the time, is press this, open this up. Where is it? There. So that opens up the chance bit. Sorry, not random, chance. Don't know why it's not bigger. Make it bigger. There we go. So this is the chance section now. So I want all my main snares on the, where is it? On here. On this line to hit. But this one here, it'll be lower velocity, but I also want it to be not as often played. So if we play that now, it did play it then, didn't it? We can do that. We could do that instead of doing what I did with the kick drums. We make a very short loop like watch, and we'll put extra bits in, but change the chance on them to lower. We'll go right for the whole thing. Look. I don't know, put the chance down and the velocity. I want the velocity VD there, and that one down there, and that one there, like that. So That's nearly as loud as everyone. So we should get an end of it now and again. So it did do it all. Again, there's a little roll at the end. It's good, isn't it? And that's just with one clip of like however many 16 or so hits or whatever. Do you know what I mean? So that's good, isn't it? Variation on that. What you do with these now is you can group these now. Group tracks. This is something else I like to do. I don't know if you like to do this, you can do it. If you don't have to do it, you can if you want. But I'm going to call this one rename drums. Now that just means kicks and snares to me. And if you look on my, I'll show you my thing on here. I got red, yellow, green, orange, blue, red, yellow, green, because they come from a station as they're always like that. And it means you haven't got to write things. You can just remember colours. So at the minute, colours, drums is going to be red. Okay, so drums is red. And then we'll have percussion. So we'll group that as well. So we might add more percussion, and we'll call that yellow. We'll make that yellow and call it perk. Okay, so that's perk. And this one here, we'll make another group for that, and we'll call that the bass group, because we might add some more bass. So, bass. There we go. And we've already got 3 group tracks, which means that in a live situation, you could like populate those groups up with loads and loads of things, but just see 8 rows of buttons. That's great, isn't it? Right, so now, yeah, so we've got a simple set going already there. You probably start off with your, and if you want to as well, like you can MIDI map your. I'm going to MIDI map these things on here. So let's just go back to that. You can't quite see, but on this nice little nano control, I'm going to map that one red dial thing, not to pan, but to the 3 delay on all of these. So that one to that one, that one to that group, and that one to that group. So that means I can just go. So it gives you some performance things. I mean, for percussion, it's quite good. That you have it. Sounds like you've got another loop going or something. But anyway, I digress. So then we've got 3 groups. So we'll open up to remind ourselves we've got a percussion in that one. Oh, serious problem. Live does that. It's good though because you can save your set. So we've got a. I just clicked on the group and it's made it. Okay, so we're back now after a brief crash, and luckily Ableton just asked you if you want to carry on from where you left off, which is really good. We got drums, we're kicking some hats and a bass line. Also got some. Right, so we've got the bass of the track going. So the next thing I'm going to do is add a pad maybe with the Hydrosynth. So Control Shift T, make this orange. So I like my Hydrosynth to be orange for some reason. Go to Ableton Devices, External Instrument, find my Hydrosynth preset, which I made to save time. Easy to do, just save, and it puts it into this box, External Instrument, with your presets. So Hydrosynth, I'm going to do, I'm not sure what key we're in. Let's have a look. Right, so I bought one. I just want a dirty pad underneath it that like pulsates with like an LFO on it, or you know, a side chainy type sound. So I'm gonna down there like that somewhere. Make it a bit longer. Many ways of doing it. You can do it the way I'm doing it, or I could have just gone. So it could have just gone ×2. So you just click like that. So if you click like this or here, it will make that ×2. See? So that's not what we want. What you want to do is click somewhere in the gap, or just anywhere in the thing. You go ×2, and it will make your whole clip longer. Ad infinitum, I suppose. I must have moved that, yeah, moved the mini clip before the start of the actual clip. No, that's not going to tell it's a bit of breath, so I'm going to try another preset. That's more like it. Right, I'm going to put it's a bit like it's called I don't know if you've shown this already. It's called a LFO tool, and it's just going to duck the hydrosynth as if it's got a sidechain on it. So go in my effects, and it's called LFO tool. And we'll put that on here. No, is that right? No, put it on there, didn't I? Yeah. I see we've already put one on that, didn't we? Yeah, so let's put one on here. Actually, that's just a bit too fast. That's what that is. Not playing ball that one for some reason. It's not putting that one on it. Something wasn't quite right. Right, so yeah, so we got a pulsating sort of growly line underneath. I don't know what was up with that LFO tool then. It looked like it was supposed to be, it was set up right, but it wasn't doing it, was it? Anyway, should we group that? Yeah, we'll group that. I'm going to group that. I'm going to call it melody, because that's kind of what I call pads and that. So call that melody. So that's our orange group. Alright, so we got our kicks, percussion, bass, and we got a nice midi. Basically like a percussion synth, but it's got no MIDI to it, it's just got its own sequencer, so I'm going to make it pink, that's the same colour as the edge, and rename this edge as well, and it's coming in on channel 13 I believe, so if we put 13 as the input channel, it's on auto and on record, well not record, let's just see what we get. As you can see, if you turn off delay compensation and turn it on, sometimes you can get different results. It seems to be the what I'm going to do now, because the edge is quite volatile and it just like drifts off like anything if you like touch it or breathe on it or something, I don't know. But there's no saving presets, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to record what I like now, because I quite like that. Basically, there's a load of dials on the top that change the pitch, and a load of guys, 8 dials at the bottom that change the velocity of those pitches. So that's why you get that. Anyway, so I'm going to record that in. You know, it's a nice little thing. It makes patterns basically, and sometimes that's a random one. It just sounds all right. So I'm going to leave it as that. So hit record, and then we should. And I'll put the monitor into off. What I might do is what I sometimes do is make another track, insert audio track, and call this one Edge Record. So I can hear the track, but I can also record it with 0 latency, and you do that by turning the monitor to off. So this has got to be extension audio from Edge. Where's Edge? There it is. That can be in, and turn that off to record and put that on like that. And that means we've got the vocals coming still, yep. So it means I'm recording from this pink track here, the Edge, into this other pink track, Edge Record. Okay. Just make sure we got yeah, so there's audio coming for it from that. So I'm just going to hit that and record some stuff. So that's a loop there. So what I could do is just turn that off completely. That track, which is the Edge one originally, and then have Edge Record. What I'm going to try to do now, because if you don't have delay compensation, you're not in time with Ableton. So if you heard the metronome was out when I turn it off, so I can turn it back on again. And then we should have what we have now. Should be bang on. Let's have a look. If it's not, you can move it. Not quite as violently as that. That sounds alright. DJ's nudge thing, you can sometimes do it with a quick walk marker, so we got that. Right, so we got that now. So now we got the very, beginnings of a tune. So where we're going to put this Edge, we'll put it in. We'll make that the red group. We'll see what I mean by this in a minute. And that be, call that lead 2. We'll see why soon. I'm going to make lead 1, would you believe, because you ain't got lead 1 yet. I might actually just delete that original Edge thing, so we don't need that anymore. Now I'm going to make another thing, and this is going to be our 303. So we're going to put Control Shift T to make a MIDI track, make it blue because my 303 is blue because that's the only colour they had when I bought one. Don't really like it, but I'm stuck with it now. And again, I got an instrument here on Ableton Devices, which is my 303 somewhere, TD3 there. So bang that in, play some notes. With the MIDI on for that, maybe that might be better. Let's just write some notes in, that'd be easier. And we know we got it set up then. Let's go. Oh, it's turned down. There we go, it was turned down. All the filters are down on the 303 as well, I don't know, does it? Now you can hear it. Alright, so. Let's go up an octave. Right, so I'm going to group that 303, and that's going to be now lead 1. And that's my blue track now. Blue sticker. I got my 303 split to two things. I got one coming out of the main out and one coming out of the headphones, and the other one's going through a distortion pedal, and that is TD3 distorted as 7. So that's going through. I think it's going through a fuzz pedal called Rusty Fuzz, and that's on. What was it again? Yeah, 7. So hit 7. And have that. TB3, and that's going to be the TB03, and see if that's working. Yeah. So down there somewhere, too much delay. Where's the delay? And a little short one, so I'll just bring it back before the beat, so there's a gap. And just do them all for the time being. I might make a couple of them longer, and then go into the velocity as well and change a couple of bits of velocity. And I might even go into that chance monarchy light and change some of the chances. Let's take them all down to. things are doing random things, which is what we want. Right, so we've got a vocal now, maybe. Let's have a look. So go Control T just to make an audio thing, and it's yellow. I like my vocals to be yellow because that's the next colour. So that's handy. So I'm just going to put Vox. Find any old crap. Let's have a look. All results. Oh, I hate that. Don't you hate those loose? Don't you wonder why I'm not deleting these as I go through it when you go through your sample library? You're burning like a fire. That'll do. Wobbling on, so I'm going to make that complex pro look. Do some automation on the delay, so go to that delay, make it on the last bit of the vocal. Can we start here maybe? Both of those as different samples, so I don't want them together. So I'm going to go into this again. I'm going to use the clip automation this time and change the gain to that to nothing. So now we just got that. Another one. This is so we'll take that back up and then this one down. And we'll start it here. Clip launch on this one to be, where is it? Oh, here we go. Not to global, but to 8, and you can do a few of them then. So you can go. See, so we group that now. For more vocals, we might want to put other groups in there. So we call that one Vox. Okay. And the last one we'll have is going to be effects. So put another audio channel in there and just put effects into here. Effects. I don't want to do anything I've done before. Some like down sweeps and stuff. There we go. And we'll put these in a group. So there's going to be a few of them. Make it green. Like the last sticker colour. You can hear me? Yeah. Rename effects. Right, okay. So this, I want this longer than that, so I'm going to make it length. I'm going to make it 17. I'm going to take off the bottom end of that, because you don't want no bottom end on your effect. Not unless you're really going for some kind of something special. You wouldn't want it to stand out, but I normally roll off all the bottom off of my effects, and others as well. On that, but do a proper one this time with the kick drum. So do a compressor on effects yet, so there. Side change of the kick drum. Switch for effects again. I might just put in another one. No, put it in underneath that one. What we're going to do is put follow commands on, and it will give you a rolling set of effects. Just keep playing. No matter where you go, they'll start. I'll do this really quickly. You'll see what I'm doing if you like. You know, you're just making all these 16, or at least 16, so I can loop them at 16. And doing a few of them. There's all of it. I would normally do all 8, but I'm just going to do this many for now, just because it'll take too long otherwise. So 17 again, and then just highlight all of them, and hit follow next. So it should. Overhead now, look, we've already got like the makings of a track, so I can kill all these off, look, now, and say I want to start with you know what I mean, and then just you got the track. So that's good, isn't it? So what we can also do is, like, you know, put some on the fly drums rolls and stuff. So I've got a beat repeat. I'll see if I can find it one I've made already. So if I put Warrens, because that's what I've called these things, it should tell me where they are. And everything. Mastering chain. I've got it on Warminster. Let's have a look, see if I got that. Here we go. So I've got a beat repeat, which I've made. I don't know if you can see it. I don't think you can't see it, can you? So this beat repeat has got we just have just the drums going. When you turn the knob, it basically repeats it like a drum roll. So what we can do is we can MIDI assign that grid there to on here on let me have another look at the other picture a minute. So here we go. So on my LPD8, I'm going to map these two red ones here, which is the red track coincidentally, to the grid on that one. I'm going to get another device, which is another one I've made, which, where is my thing? I have to get it out of this. That's the whole lot actually. So this is my group effects rack. It's really simple. I'll get rid of that beat repeat and we'll use this one. So all it is the same beat repeat, so I'll map that to the grid on that. And it's also got a filter on it, auto filter, which is here. So I can either have high cut or a low cut filter. So I'm going to have high cut filter on this one here. And that means on drums I can a little drum roll going on. So now we've got the ability to do a bit of a live performance with just those two rotaries doing a drum roll. Mapping these delays, so I can map the rest of them. Now the orange one, there's the orange channel delay, the blue channel delay, red channel, yellow channel, and green channel delay. So now I've got delays on. Get a delay off of everything now. Another thing you could put is repeat on these things. On a vocal one, look, I can put a delay on that one. So where's my rack? And again, this is a simple rack. It's just a beat repeat and a filter. It's just I put them together to make it simple. Warren's rack. Do you want to see my rack? So there's my rack. So again, I'm going to map on the vocal channel, which are the yellow ones on this bottom LPD8 to beat repeat, and I'm going to have a high cut on this one, or a low cut, I mean, so it cuts the lows out and not the highs. So now we can put this. What's going on? I could have sworn I mapped that to that. Obviously not. That's better. That vocal now, you can do all sorts of that. All sorts of creative things you can do with that now. So, what have we got? There's not much we can do now. At the end of the day, you've got your whole track, just about. Yep, that's it. So, you know, you're starting off with your non-303 stuff. it pretty much. That's a real simple techno track, that the way I normally make a tune, and then I just flesh it out and do more and put some little rolls in and stuff, and there's other little techniques and things, but that's the basics of it. You know, there's no mystery to it with Ableton Live, and there's no audio in that at all. That's all, apart from the one sample, and possibly the hat we layered with the kick, whatever we layered, yeah, the hat we layered with the kick. But, you know, you've got to mix the two together. So it's a good blend of hardware and software in one thing. So I've been War Minstrel in my studio, trying to do my first kind of proper tutorial video on making a tune. And hopefully it'll be alright. Alright, cheers. I might make another one. Cheers, bye.